What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. Please like it, subscribe it, do all that good stuff on the YouTubes. And if you're listening, hey there, I'm inside of your ear right now. One thing I want to say about the episode, we're in a new studio. I was in a new studio with Rick last week. We're in a brand new studio, so I hope it sounds good. If it doesn't, come on, man. We're growing, we're learning, we're changing as we go. Also, during the episode, I talked about being in the Chicago Theater because we recorded it early. Already did the Chicago Theater when this comes out, but I've got some other dates. Go to andrewsantino.com to see me on the road, andrewsantino.com to watch me. My guest, of course, is Neal Brennan this week. I love this dude. Fantastic. He's going to be taping his special soon, hopefully. I've heard he did some great things out in New York. I'm rambling. Go to andrewsantino.com. Buy those tickets. I'm done. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it. Once again today, it's the return of the flared shoe wearing, NBA sock having, fancy Ugg frontin' Neal Brennan. Neal, thanks for being here.
Guys, Uggs.
Those are actually really, really cool. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, and of course they're like insanely comfortable. And someone tried to get me another pair of sandals
yeah.
that are supposed to be comfortable. And then I tried them on. I'm like, yeah, they're okay. These are incredible. And if you want to try them on.
Were they gifted to you? You don't buy stuff anymore.
I went on my way. I bought them myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know you to be somebody that doesn't wear
I
stuff
don't
that you buy.
Yeah. No.
That jacket was free. Those
Free.
pants were free. That shirt,
Ish, yeah.
maybe the shirt was a buy.
Nope.
That's a free shirt as well.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Right.
Jordan.
Right.
Why would you
Not
pay
paying
for
for it.
stuff anymore when
No, why would I?
people give it to you? Who
And
cares?
I'm also like to the point where I don't want anything else. Like I've bought 90 pairs of pants in my life and it didn't help.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
here's what's funny. If I go try on pants, I'm inherently going to be upset by the fact that they don't fit right or I'm too fat that month.
Where are
and
your
I'm bummed.
trouble areas?
My legs and my ass. My thighs are, dude, these are heavy big boy thighs. And my tush.
Mhm.
And then then I'll get over it and I don't want to shop. But then a company will
You sulk,
send me.
go into the car and sulk.
I will. I'll certainly. One time I took out $1,000.
And you sit in like the hatchback. You sit
I
in
sit
like
in the back of the trunk
and
and
just
I
like
sit and I
your
stare
wife-
out at people. I wave at a few people as they go
Yeah,
into
you
Annie's
hiss at
pretzels.
some people.
As they,
Huh? Hot, and it's hot.
it's real hot.
It gets like
It's
over
getting bad.
96, 97, 98.
That's the only
It's-
time I shop is in the
You
summer.
passed out a good amount of times when you
4 or 5, yeah.
one of your sulkings.
I hit my forehead. That's why I have these scars.
Yeah, yep.
People thought they were acne scars. These are actually from hitting my face on the
on the
inside of the
hatchback.
window hatchback. Yeah.
You still have the gremlin?
Yeah, I have a gremlin.
You and your wife?
A Pinto too. Yeah.
Yep, great.
Yeah. We share. She
Yeah,
gets the
yeah,
Pinto,
yeah,
I get the
yeah,
Gremlin.
yeah.
Anytime though, seriously. And then somebody sends me free pants and they fit great.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's weird. It's almost like, I think because you're not thinking about it or you're not.
And they just go, they guess. They don't have to deal with you saying, I'm a 34. Meanwhile, you're a 36. So they got this fucking guy's 36% of 36.
They know.
You throw them on, you're like, these are fucking great.
I'm a 34.
I think they size it weird.
I am a 34. Don't push
No,
me
no,
out to
no, I
30.
know, of
And you're a 30.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Guys, such a cute waist.
I know.
We're not having any alcohol today. It's too early in the morning. Also, Neal's not a big drinker, but is a big foodie, big
Am I?
time foodie. Yeah, of your kinds of food that you like.
Yeah. Well, vegan.
But I
there's
thought
only
you're
a few-
vegetarian now.
Well, I'm vegetarian when when I'm on the road.
Oh, vegan.
I'll bring
at the-
cheese.
You're cheesing it
Cheese,
up.
come on in.
Yeah, what do you do when you go to a city? Like I'm jumping around the country, going to like, it's just tough to eat anything remotely healthy sometimes. And I'm not blaming the place. It's like, it's late. I get in at a weird time. What do you eat then?
Mexican.
Always? What if there's no
Not always,
Mexicans?
but like, where is there no Mexican? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, where there's always
Montana,
a Chipotle.
Utah.
Right, but they got up there now.
Yeah, by now.
By now? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. So Chipotle's the go-to. That's easy, I guess, huh?
I got the app.
You do. And you can
Chipotle,
find it?
by the way, they've got two different vegan proteins now. We got your
Impossible
chorizos.
meat. Yeah.
They actually don't fuck with Impossible. They've got their own
it's
supply
Chipotle
chain.
makes it?
Yeah. They got their chorizo and they have a sofrita.
Oh, I know that.
Sofritas
That's
are tofu and chorizo is it's plant-based chorizo. People hate vegans and vegan options. Hate them.
No. I like some of it. I just think some of it tastes so horrific. I know you guys don't like it too.
Oh, sofritas I like. I'm flattered that they try.
Yeah, they're giving it a go.
You know what I mean?
There is I think there's a big enough market where here's what I think they're going for. They're not going for vegans. They're going for people that feel guilty about eating unhealthy all the time. And so they go, what if I get sofritas this time? You think that's going to help my...
That'll probably cut my cholesterol in half.
That's how their brain goes.
No,
They go,
of course.
I ate 6 plates of fries yesterday,
No.
but if I eat sofritas today...
Yeah, I think if I eat like if I drink like 2 waters,
I should be okay.
that'll clean out my
What's that? Cheese and sour cream? Yeah, double it up.
hundreds of miles of arteries. That should clear up.
You know, we looked the other day. You know, Elvis had 35 pounds of waste in his bowels.
People say that.
It's real.
I know, but
35.
Who weighed it? How'd they get it out?
Well, I'll tell you, when we knew a family friend owned a funeral home, and when they clean the bodies, they do have to get everything out of you. You know, they have to remove
Yes.
and they do. I'm sure somebody.
If you had 30, okay,
I'm sure somebody was like, dude, this is Elvis's
issue.
body. And they all were looking at it, and someone was like, we need to clean out the colon. And they were like, we should weigh it. That's
did
an
an
insane
over-under.
amount.
They did an over.
Yeah, that Vegas took
How
bets.
much garbage you think he has? This fucking
Vegas had
fat piece.
Vegas
of shit
had it
has
over and
this
under.
stuff.
I think it was 27 pounds.
Guy was on the
over
toilet. So imagine if he hadn't been on the toilet, it would have been 45.
That's right.
So
Like
if
Shecky Green jokes.
But he,
Imagine if he fell off of it. Imagine if he went first.
please, this guy puts me in a vice in a fucking straitjacket of hackiness, and then I'm Shecky Green.
Hey, first of all, that hack jacket was sponsored by Nike.
Hack jacket, thank you, hack jacket.
At least I gave you a Nike hack jacket.
This is one of those things of like this is like the cleansing thing. Like I did a cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's it's a thing that goes down. Gravity's pulling it all out. You don't need lemon juice.
Yeah, but if it's clogged,
How
how
it's
clogged could your
clogged
colon be?
in one right, but it's 35 pounds. He would have exploded. He would have gotten dysentery. He would have gotten
You would have
something
exploded.
awful.
You would have exploded. This man was already like 300 pounds.
He cannot digest food.
Well, the red meat got stuck. They say red meat can stay in your gut for a long time.
Again, this is
why you look like this.
If you click on a few things, you'll realize like, oh, wait a minute, this is bullshit. And
Well, can
you
I
ever
bel-
have a colonic?
Can I believe it?
Nothing happens.
No.
Nothing happens.
What do you mean? You lose a couple of pounds
No.
in fluid and nonsense?
No, they just shoot water up your ass, and then like diarrhea comes out, like more watery diarrhea comes out.
Are we saying that colonics don't cause any weight loss at all? You don't lose a couple of pounds
That's
of
in
waste?
my experience. No,
but you don't have a lot to lose.
You're goddamn right.
So
But
that's you. I got
have
a couple of
everything.
pounds to lose.
No,
don't have
I would do an over under on this if we want to do it. If we
I
wanna
would
take
love
it
to do a colonic and see who I guarantee you I'd
Well,
lose
no, just how
2
much
pounds.
weight you would lose.
2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds.
Okay, I would take the under on 3 pounds.
2.5.
Like, weigh yourself, go into the room, colonic,
Yeah.
weigh yourself.
How much water do they put in your ass?
I mean, it depends
Couple
on what kind of
gallons?
package.
What
What
package,
package
you
are we
get?
talking about?
How many times have you done a colonic?
Twice.
Yeah.
Once I was like, this is nothing. Let me do it one more time to make sure. Yep, this is nothing.
Still not. What else is a scam in the medical world?
Vitamins,
Bullshit.
supplements.
Bullshit.
What else? Anything that's just not tested.
How do you feel about
Because if it were legit, they would just test it and go, hey, this is true.
right when they say not FDA?
The toxins, the fuck are the toxins?
Yeah, where are they?
Yeah.
I never understood that. What is
They all
that?
have like picks and they stick onto your, it's all gravity's pulling everything out of your body. It's not that complicated. We're like, no, but people come to LA and they just have all kinds of goofy fucking ideas.
Or what about Eastern medicine though? You believe in acupuncture?
Acupuncture, I haven't benefited from, but I understand that people do.
Cupping?
Cupping, I've done, didn't do anything for me.
Ah, interesting.
You?
I loved acupuncture. Like genuinely loved it.
Like it helped. Well, that's the thing is I enjoy
is it placebo
them.
effect a little bit? Is it upstairs?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of it. But
I
think
enjoy
that's the point.
attention. You just like attention.
You do.
Yeah, I love medical attention. I love being handled.
I want to be pampered a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Stick me and take it out and wipe me down.
Put a little smock on me and see what happens.
Neal, I miss you.
I miss
love
you.
you.
I'm trying to think of when the last time I saw you was.
Well, before you left for New York. And you did New York. How long did you do your show in New York?
77 performances.
And COVID shut down a few, didn't you, right?
No.
Oh, you got it through everything.
Yeah. 13 weeks.
God, that's nuts.
No, I didn't get sick.
And your co-producer, can I say that?
Director. He was director.
But But he had nothing to do with the physical performance at all.
Yeah, he did. No, he was the director.
But I'm saying as far as production notes, did he give you notes as far as what you performed? Oh, he did.
He was like, yeah,
he's
like
an
that's
EP
what
of the
he
show.
did. He's the director. He's like a theater director. It's not like a stand-up show director,
Right.
like 5 cameras, point them all at you.
Smoking and drinking and talking to someone while it happens.
Yelling at someone on a headset.
Right.
This was like we rehearsed for weeks in a room.
Is
and
he
worked out
there
the
every
blocking.
night, a performance?
He was there probably the first month,
That's a lot.
3 weeks.
And then after that, he's...
After that, and you're not going to believe this, I, of course, was like, where the fuck? Meanwhile, it's like, what's he going to watch it
Also,
again?
you would do the exact same thing.
I would have left after a week.
I was going to say 1 week, and you're like, I did it. I think I did
Yeah,
it.
but I'm like, I thought we were brothers.
Did he have an assistant fill in for him to help?
No.
He's fine.
No, well,
Once it's up, it's gone.
Well, I'm not, once we've locked into the thing, then it's just me adjusting script lines and stuff. There's a very funny story that Mike Nichols told. Mike Nichols, famous director, did The Graduate and Wolf, starring Jack Nicholson. No, he didn't work. He did a bunch of great shit. And he directed Spam-A-Lot.
Oh.
Like the big Broadway thing. Probably made more money on Spam-A-Lot than he did in his whole life.
For sure.
But he was the director and was there for all rehearsals in the first 2 weeks, and then he stopped going because there's nothing left to do.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And then he went back a month later, and all the actors had moved 1.5 feet closer to the audience because they just wanted the fucking juice.
They wanted to feel it.
Yeah, they wanted the juice.
I get that.
All of them. Every single
Everybody,
person, everyone moved 1.5 feet closer to the guy. He's like, hey.
They want to feel, and you know what? Without that guy wagging the finger at you, you're like, I'm gonna play it my way a little bit more.
Yeah, like this, he doesn't. He's gonna notice, and of course,
No one.
fucking first. Yeah,
I want to know because I didn't get to see it. The reception. Did you get critical acclaim? Did you even look for that shit? Did you not care?
I got a good amount of critical acclaim. It was hard to tell. I think I got more on 3 mics. It was one of those like coin toss.
Were you looking for it?
Well, here everyone around it is looking for it.
Right. Well, like they're inviting people to come, like New York Times.
Oh yeah, you got to invite reviewers, producers, publicists, like because it helps with sales.
I know it inherently. I know it does, but it also it drives me nuts.
I had to completely divorce myself from it, from worrying about getting booked on talk shows, and because it was making me miserable.
Because that you used to not be able to divorce yourself from that. They used to kind of consume you a little bit, right?
I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
And very sensitive and an avid reader. I'm kidding. But you know what? It's somehow not. I don't know. I've never read a review. I haven't read a review. There was a.
Come on.
When we. I'll get more specific. I only read comment sections. I'm kidding. No, when I remember reading a quote from Woody Allen in the 90s that said, don't read reviews, just keep your head down and keep working. And so you get a sense of when something's popular or not popular.
Sure.
I never read a review I read one review of Half Baked. I've read no reviews of the Jeremy Piven The Goods movie. I read no reviews of 3 mics, like New York Times.
Nothing.
No, because I can't. I try to be a little consistent. Whereas if I read a good one, then I have to read the bad one.
But I think you put yourself in a world where you are going to get reviewed a little bit more, right?
In like the New York theater world.
Well, that's going to happen to you, right? Yeah. That's why. So you have to stay away from it. I don't think I've ever been reviewed. I mean, probably somebody people has reviewed TV shows that I've done, but that carries no weight for me.
Are you on a TV show?
I
ahead.
was. I was on a TV show that we shoot every 6 or 7 years, I think.
Great.
Yeah. I think Dave will come back. We are shooting it in this summer, but it won't be back until the fall. And I literally said, just being an asshole, I was like, what are we waiting for? And he's making an album, and I was like, I guess we're just gonna strike when the iron is ice cold. Like the show's been off the air now for like
Don't use this.
a year.
Don't use this.
Why?
This is not good.
What isn't good?
Talking like this.
What do you mean?
You don't want to talk about network release schedules.
No. It was his decision.
You don't want to talk about your coworker's decision.
Oh, I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Well, because now
he wanted to make an album, which I respect.
Louis
but I
waited
was
a
like,
long
why are we
time.
waiting so long to
Donald
do this
Glover's
show?
waited. Donald Glover is actually not even going to be played by Donald Glover in the next season. of
I'm
Atlanta.
doing it.
No,
I'm doing blackface.
Danny Glover
Danny
is going to
Glover.
play it. It's going to replace Donald Glover because his character's so old now.
No, I don't. I'm happy that Dave wanted to do an album. I just was like, why are we waiting so long? We should do the show again in the middle of making this album. And he was overwhelmed and didn't want to do it, which is fine. But I was like,
He doesn't seem neurotic. That's surprising.
it's just so long for me. I was like, this is such a long fucking time. And what it is more than anything is me saying I want to do the show. I'm like, I want to do it again. I want to be able to like follow up.
You want to
what we're
have
doing.
done it. You want to keep the
Yeah, I
momentum
want to go
going.
it. Yeah, I want to do it again. Like that's the problem. But no, FX doesn't give a fuck when you do shows.
Yeah, because Louis waited forever. I mean,
Atlanta literally took 2 years off.
yeah.
So, but yeah, with networks, it's a different world. But with a cable, like these guys, they're like, whatever you want to do. And Dave's been taking his time and whatever. I respect the process to make his album, but I did want to get back to work faster because I was like, COVID let up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to
For a
end this
bit.
tour. Wow, we're
Now
back.
it's back.
We're back, baby. You didn't get it. Woo!
No,
You still didn't get it?
still haven't gotten it. And yes, I'm boosted.
Everybody I know is getting it twice. Remember
I
when
know
they,
a few
remember when they
people
used to
that
say
have
you
gotten it
can't
twice.
get it twice? They were like, you're never going to get it twice. Everyone I know has gotten it twice.
Omicron, you can get if you got Alpha, Delta, or
Omega.
or
Epsilon?
Maricon.
Maricón.
Maricon. Omicron you can get. I know people that have gotten it twice. I know people that have vaxxed and gotten it twice.
Well, that's who I know. Everybody
Yeah.
I know is vaxxed, and most of them are boosted. They still got it again. Fine, whatever. As long as if you have all that stuff and it doesn't kill you, then I'm like,
Yeah.
good, fine. I just want to, like, I'm on tour now, and it's one of those things where, like, I think Vancouver just got pushed because Canada is only doing 50% capacity and stuff. So it's like, when are we gonna, there's nothing I can do. Like, we got to get over it.
When this,
It's
think
never
in-
gonna stop.
no, but I think once like Omicron happened, you know what they should have explained? And I'm sorry to fucking get mired down in this fucking dumb bullshit because
Yeah.
there's way better podcasts
Yeah.
to talk about
Yeah.
COVID. They should have just said, hey guys, we don't have enough hospital beds. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
The bottom line is only about 170,000 people can get sick at a time.
Yeah, we got to spread it out.
So that's why you can't go outside. Because if we all get sick at once, there's literally going to be people dying on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, we only have so many. We got more ventilators. We don't have beds. We don't have, like, China, first of all, was like sealing people into their homes because they're China and they do things a little differently.
Yeah.
And
Don't you wish you
they
were
were
China?
soldering. Every once in a while, you want to be China.
Soldering the
Like,
door
you're
closed.
soldering, like, no, it's like fucking like a dad, like a 70s dad is China.
That is
And
a bully, but the rules are
yeah,
they
but
kind
the
of make
rules
sense.
like, these are the rules. You'll understand. And no, you can't have any internet. Only the ones I approve. 1 hour of video games a week.
Why just an hour?
Because those are the rules. You'll understand when you're the president of China. They literally an hour of video games a week.
It's
Like a
awesome.
70s dad.
They should have just said that. You're right. They should
Yeah,
have just said
China
it.
not only soldered people in, they just built a hospital in a week in Wuhan. They built a fucking new hospital. America, we can't do that.
we build a good we can build a jail in a week. Probably we can build a prison in probably half a week.
Somebody's drank the woke cider.
No, I'm invested in prisons. I do prison commercial real estate.
Even
I own
better.
6 or 7.
Even better.
Can you imagine somebody came to an investor and was like, "Look, it is prisons, but It is good money. I mean, the return is
yeah,
huge.
you want 18% a year, or don't you?
Don't you? You go with your nickel stocks. I want to ask you what this is on your ankle, babe. What is
This,
that?
babe?
Yeah, what is that?
This is an ayahuasca bracelet.
I knew it.
Of course.
How big is it? Show the
pretty
kids
big.
at home. And who produced this for you?
What there is a tribe.
Oh, is this like a symbol to others that you?
No, I don't know what it's a tribe drinks ayahuasca and makes these.
Oh,
and then
but I'm
it's
saying
like,
if somebody else recognizes that on the street, they're not going to go, "Hey,
no,
no."
It's not like driving a Corvette.
Hey, same. I feel like it is. I knew it was, but that only because I know you. But I feel like there could be another guy who indulges in ayahuasca would see that and go, "This guy's got to be on the team."
Can I speak to you?
This guy's got to be on the team.
I mean, have you ever? Yeah, I don't even know what it would mean if I saw somebody with these on.
If a guy comes up to you and says, a coffee shop and is like, "Hey, is that from a ceremony? Do you do ayahuasca? Do you check in or check out?"
I would check in, a tentative check in.
All right.
Because people get it. It's a
You know
lot
why?
of
Because everybody can do ayahuasca.
That's correct.
Yeah.
There is no barrier to entry. Much like the world of stand up.
That is the exact same.
You
Anybody
just got to be
can
able
do
to
it.
withstand 5 minutes of punishment at a time, and then 8 minutes, and then 10 minutes, 15, 20, 60, 35, 60.
Most guys don't make it past 30. I say 30 is kind of the cutoff.
Yeah, what do you think the attrition rate is?
I mean, just from personal experience, I think guys, they hit the 25 ceiling, and if they don't have the thing that snaps over, that makes you a headliner, whatever that means, you do know the difference. You meet a guy for years, and you're like, I don't think that guy's ever going to be a headliner. I know that's a rude statement, but that's real. There are people you just know that you're like, that guy won't be a headliner. I don't know why, but he just won't. I think the 25 ceiling is like, 25, 30 is like, that's when it begins to disappear.
And you think that that's the...
It's the...
What is it? What's the difference? A competitiveness?
That swirling of like competitive ego, perfectionist or OCD, whatever that semi-autistic thing that all comedians kind of have. And then outside of that, it's like some sort of creative fuel. I guess just some headliners just have better creative fuel. I don't know why. I just don't know why some guys are able to just be like, well, I want to talk about new stuff. I want to keep driving and changing and making it new and manipulating and trying. I think some people just don't. They get to that little place and they're like, I don't know. I'm pretty comfy.
Yeah, it's not that comfy though.
But it could be for them. They could be stuck in this great little spot where they're making just enough money to get by, and it's good. You pay your rent. You've got a car payment. You're not drowning. You're
so
fine.
much of it is about treatment to me. Meaning energy.
Is this for
status,
you personally or in general?
Me.
Yeah.
Status.
Mhm.
How are they looking at me?
What do they say about me?
What do they think? What's the meanest thing they can say about me? Like, am I getting respect or not?
You're evasive enough where, yes, you're not, you're in the same category to me. This has nothing to do with comedy or anything, but personality-wise, Sebastian's extremely evasive. You know what I mean? Like, Burr has become more, also fatherhood and life. And
Sebastian, I have a joke that Sebastian rappels up the side of the Comedy Store and then rappels down to the stage and then back up. And Sebastian sets her over, and I'm like, want to say hi to him.
Gone.
They're like, oh no, he's gone.
You'll be in shock. Last
He ain't
night,
here.
he was there, sitting in a chair when I walked back to the main room, and Jeselnik was on. And he brought up Jeselnik bringing up me, but I didn't see the lineup yet. And I saw him back there, and I was like, am I bringing you on? And he's like, what's going on? And I was like, nothing. What's up? And I was shocked that he was sitting there. I mean,
In the back or on the side?
where the ATM is, in that little nook. He was just sitting there in a chair on his phone. And then I looked at the lineup. I was like, oh no, he already went on. And then I'm not kidding. Out of like a movie, as soon as I turned back, he's gone. He's gone. Like an apparition. A piece of me was like, was Sebastian even there, or did I manifest Sebastian?
Just like a kerchief. Like an
But
Italian,
it's dropping.
an Italian sneaker design.
Yeah. A Ferragamo
a
shoe.
Ferragamo sneaker
Yeah,
slipper.
it's just there. He's gone. Yeah, he's evasive, but I think you're like that in the sense where unless you know you and you're friends with you and I will sit there and talk, but you're gone. You're gone.
Not drinking's a big part of it. Like,
but I don't
not
drink there anymore either. Nobody does. I think no one has in a long time. I think once the back bar closed, it gave nobody an incentive to even go say hello. It used to be like, at least I'd go say hi.
Right.
And I'd probably fart around for an hour just talking to somebody. Once that closed, I was like, where am I going to go? I'm not going to go out front on Sunset with all the
Right.
shoulder to shoulder. No, so.
like, hey, are you an open micer or homeless?
Both.
It's an
Oh, cool.
outdoor bus. It's a bus shelter.
It's a bus stop. Yeah, it's a bus stop.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Everybody eats food. I love eating food. All right, you need food delivered to your home quick and easily. You've got meetings, you've got errands, you have chores to take care of. What's the secret to clearing off that to-do list? A little help from DoorDash. We've talked about DoorDash before on the show. If you don't know what it is, what are you doing? You ever pull into the driveway from a trip from the grocery store only to realize you forgot that one key ingredient? Now you've got options. Get those groceries you need or a backup meal from your favorite local restaurant delivered with DoorDash. DoorDash is incredible. They got what you want to eat right now, right to your door with DoorDash alongside the restaurants that you love. You can get groceries and other essential items delivered to your house, drinks and snacks, everything that you need. You craving late night ice cream? That's my favorite. Forget that one key ingredient. You can do it with DoorDash. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory. Menu so big you don't know what to do with it. Ordering is easy, and your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off. That's so easy. For a limited time, all right? My listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees. 25% off, zero delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code WHISKEY. Download the DoorDash app and enter the code WHISKEY. 25% off up to a $10 value. Zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store. Enter the code WHISKEY. DoorDash is the best. Don't forget, that's code WHISKEY for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change. Terms apply. Hey, new year, new time to get a new bod, all right? Never been a better time to get back in shape. I'm working on it myself, all right? Don't judge me. Had a couple of taquitos for lunch. Between balancing work, family, life in general, it's going to be hard to make fitness a priority. You got to get a program that works for you, not against you. That's why I'm talking about a FITBOD. FITBOD's innovative algorithm leans into your goals. They learn about what's going on with you, training abilities, crafts a personalized training and regimen that's going to be unique to you. Start the year off right. 25% off a FitBod membership. That's pretty incredible. I got a couple of fitness goals, and it's to work out every other day. I'm sticking to it. Look, every day is a little bit tough for Papa right now. I'm on the road, and I'm looking a little frumpy bumpy. So I want my jeans to fit a little bit better, and that's why FitBod is great. FitBod, it's not about comparing yourself to others. It's about working to become a little bit better than what you were yesterday on your own schedule at your own time. Their algorithm uses data to create and adjust a dynamic fitness plan that works just for you. Okay, look, I've used a bunch of different things, and FitBod is very cool. It's super easy to use, and they got a brand new HD video tutorial that make it easy to learn exercises in a breeze. Personalized training can be tough on the budget. FitBod is only $12.99 a month or $79.99 a year. It's pretty good. So kick the new year off right. Get started with your customized fitness plan from FitBod. 25% off a membership when you sign up at fitbod.me/whiskey. Fitbod.me/whiskey. 25% off of your membership at fitbod.me/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
And there's heat lamps out there. I get it. In fact, they reopened the VIP bar because I guess I can share it now. It's not happening, but Brad Pitt and Rami Malek came to watch Aziz because he's popping around.
Uh-huh.
And then last night, Tarantino was there.
Huh.
And I was like, Jesus, what's going on? Like, I remember the old days, like sometimes you'd get guys that would just come, there'd be famous groups. But lately, it's not been the case. So I'm surprised guys are coming back to watch. But yeah, Tarantino was sitting in a booth by himself. And Esther said to me, she was like, oh, and then she got quiet. I was like, what? And she goes, do you like it when somebody tells you if somebody famous is in the crowd? I said, I don't give a shit. Why? She goes, well, some comics hate it, which I totally respect.
Yeah.
Because I think some people do. I was like, I couldn't care less. She goes, Tarantino's out there. I was like, well, that's awesome. So in my mind, I was like, now I want to do better. Now I was like excited to do better. I was like, oh, he's going to see some of this good stuff, this stuff I've been working on. So that felt even better. But she is right. I do know guys that get real fucked. They're like, why would you? I don't want to fucking know that they're here.
Well, it just makes it about that.
Are you thinking about that? I never think about them.
If you do a show somewhere, it's not even a famous. It's like if you do show in Chicago and your cousin's there, you're gonna think about your cousin 4 times during the show.
Well, no, I'm doing a show in Chicago next week at the Chicago
You
Theater.
better hope your cousin's not.
My whole family is there. That is more daunting than Tarantino.
Right, but
Pitt,
that's you're gonna look at the show from their seat
100%.
a bunch of times.
Not the famous thing never shook me because I couldn't. It was like whatever. If they like me, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do the same good shit that I do. But family or people that I know or people that are family friends, I'll never get over it.
You want to hear something very funny?
Yes.
So, my show in New York. You want to hear something very? I like how I preface by saying. You want to say something? Hear something very funny?
But I do though. I do want to hear something.
This
very
is
funny.
very fun.
Give it to me.
Make no mistake. You might want to play this at half speed. It's so funny. Doing my show in New York. It went well. I did it 77 times. It probably went 70, 71 times. It went it went bad, maybe not bad, but just kind of sluggish.
Yeah.
Twice maybe.
And was any of the performances incredible? Where you were like, that was incredible. Some of the best I've ever done.
Yeah, there were nights where you're
There's a couple of nights where you're on fire.
You're like, oh, I'm Richard Pryor. Oh, cool. I'm Richard Pryor. Turns out this whole time it was Richard Pryor.
I can't wait for your latter years of Pryor when you get into crack.
You can't wait till you get MS?
I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
Imagine me wheeling you around town.
Grafted.
Me wheeling you around town. Cute.
No, so I was dating. I'd been on when you don't remember this, but sometimes you'll date somebody and you can tell they think they're funnier than you.
Ugh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
What a nightmare.
They're not in comedy, but they're kind of have their arms
I'm in
folded
advertising.
all the
We
time.
write a lot of copy.
But just so you know, So I'm I went on a few dates with this lady who I could tell kind of was meh about me.
About your comedy?
Yeah.
But then how did this whole thing start then? Obviously you met online.
Yeah, but I don't think she'd seen anything.
She did not know who you were.
No.
Sounds weird because you did meet on Raya.
Right, but I don't.
And I guess that because I know better.
Yeah.
So she's on Raya. She knows you're an entertainment personality.
Yeah, but
she's gotta know who you are.
There are times when people say they don't know and I'm you're full of shit, and other times where there was a girl I dated who said she didn't know who I was, and then she would just quote Chappelle Show shit a lot, and it was huh, that's funny.
She saved in your phone as huh.
No idea, huh? And you're quoting shit from the DVD extras? Okay. So
she goes, you know his friend Neal? You're like, yes.
Yeah. Wait, what? No, I just never put it together. Anyhow, she was a little dubious, came to the show, came to one of the 2 nights, didn't go well. Haven't heard from her again.
Do you think it didn't go well because you felt her presence in the
No, it was just a dud.
It was a bad show.
I could tell how the show was going to go in the first 25 seconds.
Why? Your opening line?
Energy, applause energy, opening line. And it was oh boy.
Do you have someone open the show for you?
No. That's the
it's
other
cold.
thing.
It's cold.
Cosby style.
That's
cold.
Tough. That is tough, my man.
Yeah. Cosby actually.
Not even a God mic intro? Not even
Cosby has an opener for sex, and that's Quaaludes. Yeah. But he doesn't have an opener for stand-up. he likes to earn that.
Yeah. Well, that one's more. Yeah. There's more value in it.
Yeah. So you're going out cold.
That's a nightmare.
It's one of those things where you just get used to it.
Yeah, but there is no God mic guy that says, "Ladies and gentlemen."
No, there
Neal
was.
Brennan.
Derek would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Neal Brennan."
That's it.
Recording of Derek. Yeah. Yeah.
A recording is even funnier.
Yeah, he couldn't. He'd do it live, and then I realized where he's not here. And they're like, he recorded it. Kidding. No, they recorded.
Right.
So yeah, never heard from her again.
Not even one text.
Not a text. Nothing. Great. It was one of those things great, goodbye. But it was fun. It was fucking hilarious because it'd be think of a sitcom where I want to get rid of a girl, so I try to bomb.
Right, on purpose. Yeah, but in the sitcom version, she likes it even more.
She likes the pain. And
then the switch out.
Have you been on sitcoms before?
Yeah, twice. And then she watches what you've done, loves how bad you are, and then at the very end,
I get good, and she dumps me.
Hates you. Yep. Yeah, but she starts dating a guy who's your arch nemesis.
Yeah.
who's absolutely atrocious,
Yep.
and she thinks he's the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then then the
And
other
I
episodes
like
ensue.
find her seat that she was in, and it's like literally soaking
Soaking
wet with
wet.
pussy juice, which is like pretty shit.
No, you
on a
don't. No, you
multicam.
see one of the stagehands unscrewing the bottom of a seat, and you're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "This thing's soaking wet." Just
I gotta
taking
throw it out.
Got to throw it out.
I got to order a new one. It's gonna be 4 to 6 weeks. I don't got that kind of time. He's from Chicago.
He is. They're always from Chicago.
Yeah, of course
Union
they are.
guys? Are you
Yeah.
nuts? Yeah, I'm playing the Chicago Theater for the first time in my life. And
Congratulations.
My God,
It's
my
very
God.
fun.
It's beyond nervous. I play the Chicago Theater with other humans. I'm doing it on my own for the first time, which is kind of wild.
Are you hitting refresh on the website a lot?
On the tickets?
Yeah.
No, because once I hit a number that I felt like I was proud of, I was like, oh, that's great.
Great.
Like the Live Nation rep that spoke to me was like, hey man, first time, that's insane. He's like, I can't tell you. He's like,
I won't say who didn't.
yes.
Yeah.
He goes, I shouldn't because it's kind of business unethical.
Right.
But he goes,
list.
he emails me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was when they offered it to me, I said no immediately. I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that thing. It's
3,500?
38. I was like, no way. But I feel good about it, and it's a nice little
So you sold
homecoming.
over 3,000. Good for you.
I sold a good amount of seats.
Great.
I'm happy.
And you're not a focuser on the empty seats.
Couldn't care less.
Great.
In smaller theaters, it bugs me, and it
Uh-huh.
really eats me alive. But in a theater of that kind of size, I'm like, fuck out of here. I can't see the corner of you know what I mean?
I had to sell 12,000 tickets in New York.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
But the good neuse is
It's like 1,000
Black
a
Box
week.
Theater.
Yeah. It's 1,000. It was 1,000 a week. I just
Yeah.
said.
How many a show?
170, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing the OR a ton.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So 5 shows, 170. Is that right? Statistically, that would be.
Yeah, that's right.
850. Maybe 6 shows, 170.
You only got one night off?
No, I actually got Sunday and Monday off.
You're
I
like
did
a
2
Vegas.
shows
Would you ever do
Saturday.
Vegas? You know, people mock it, right? People like to mock.
I don't think it's mockable anymore. Adele's doing it.
No, I'm saying like from a comedian standpoint. It's just different from musicians. Residences for musicians has always been kind of like, it's almost like a nice, beautiful feather in your cap as a musician. But for a comedian, there's this line where it's like, oh, is this?
Oh yeah, it's the end of the line. Or it's like Carrot Top, but Carrot Top did it at his peak,
Killed it.
and also maybe that like ended his peak, or he got sick of traveling or whatever. No comedian has done it. It seems like a death for a. If I did one of those like mirage things, like the word spade and
Yeah, that's
Tosh
different.
and them,
Yeah.
like do it or Sebastian seems like he's got a nice thing over there at Caesars.
Over at Caesar's there.
Yeah.
By the water?
Yeah.
No, see, I think that's okay. I think doing years there would be really, really, really
years
hard.
I don't think I could do.
Because when you go see a Vegas show and you know they've been doing it for years, you can feel them. You can feel the pain
Yeah.
of like,
George Wallace did it for maybe 10, 15 years.
seriously?
Yeah. He had his
15
own
years?
show. Somebody said something really fun. He had his own show, and it was like best 10 p.m. show, Vegas magazine. And George
Yeah.
was like, you know, I made that up. I'm like, yeah, I figured.
Yeah, but still,
yeah,
people
yeah.
were like, well, it is the best 10 p.m.
He
show.
like owned the theater. He had a whole thing. It was interesting.
Is
the way
it
he
his?
did
Is it him on Twitter?
I think so.
Because it's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not funny. I'm saying it's that written where he goes, shout out to the top 5.
Yeah.
I love-
Itises of all time.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. Every time he does that, I'm always like, is this just him? Because this is really, really good. And there's so many of them.
Yeah. He's a
He's a
funny dude.
phenomenal joke writer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do think Vegas,
Louis Anderson had a Vegas show for a long time too.
I would do it. I don't know. I would try it. I would do probably
For
like
a year, you're saying.
max. I don't even know if I want. 6 months would be like the best nut for me. I do Vegas in the winter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's just
When
what
everybody
would it,
goes.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm a schmuck. I would golf. I would
Right.
like to just sit around and golf and eat really good meals for 5-6 months. That to me would be worth it.
Well, now that you say it, I'm like, I guess I did do a run in New York. Like, I guess I was like, did a
Yeah, but New York is New York.
yeah.
That's. I mean, you.
Then it's like a thing, whereas, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
But I don't. I like the climate though. Now that you say it,
Of Vegas.
Yeah.
You do.
I like. Thing about me, if it's
I'm a desert guy.
if the Earth says we're never going under 75 again, I'm like, great. Great. I think I have bad circulation. So I got my extremities are.
You and my dad. Do you have gout? Do you ever get gout?
No.
You know what that is?
No.
King's disease?
Is that like racism?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, he's got that.
Yeah. That's what you said your dad has.
Yeah. Right. That's all you could think about.
Yeah.
That's where blood turns around, I think, in your extremities. So people get gout in their feet a lot, in their hands.
No, I've always been a little cold.
Oh, yeah. You have bad circulation.
Yeah.
That is cute. It's something so cute about it.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it?
It's like
with these slippers.
I know.
Forget it.
Can you make your next album be I Have Bad Circulation? Neal Brennan, Bad Circulation.
Bad circulation.
When is this special going to come out then, Neal?
Well, I haven't shot it yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when is this going to happen, I guess?
I'm hoping to shoot February, March, and then I don't know what the turnaround is.
It's going to be out on Stars. People don't know, Neal is going for Stars this time.
Plus. It's a more obscure part of Stars.
It's their brand new platform.
Yeah,
Stars, and it's actually the percentage symbol. I don't know why, but they had to.
It doesn't work, and it's hard to find on your keyboard. Like Paramount Plus.
No, I've never seen it.
Apparently, all of the Comedy Central stuff is on there.
Yeah, well, Viacom, right? They've dumped it all on there. I'm sure.
The only saving grace of Paramount Plus is Yellowstone. Is like a giant hit.
Is that their original show?
It was on one of the Paramount family networks.
Well, yeah, CBS or Viacom.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even CBS. It was like another. It might have been like country music, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that gets 11 million viewers and
what?
Yeah, it gets like monster numbers.
I mean, I've heard about it. Everyone talks about it. I just never. That was kind of like that 50 Cent show, Power.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me that got 15 million views a week.
I don't think that's possible.
Oh, that's what I said. I was like, how? Maybe all the spinoffs combined? Because there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Maybe it's the entire season. 10 episodes.
I'm telling you, though, somebody
combined.
told me it was remarkably popular. I had no idea.
Somebody told me a stat that's...
Elvis had 35 pounds of shit
yeah,
inside of him.
that's actually maybe
Total
less
bullshit.
believable than that. But also, maybe it's true. I'm trying not to name drop this because I'm known for name dropping, and I'm gonna.
This
make
is a brand new floor. Go ahead.
I'm making a commitment not to name drop.
Do it, please.
Snoop Dogg told me that there are 40,000 new songs released per day.
I just don't think so.
He said it. Well, if Spotify, SoundCloud.
Okay. You know what? Yes, because anybody can upload, right?
Yeah.
So that's like saying there's probably 50,000 podcasts that drop a day. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
Yeah, I guess that's feasible. But because immediately you go to professional musicians?
No, well, there's only so many people signed to labels. But even that,
that's got to be maybe 100 songs a day.
Yeah, it's insane.
40,000?
What's it? Fucking Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak have an album out that's been out for like a month.
Right now?
Yeah.
Do you know Corday?
Yeah. I don't like his hair.
You said it about me when we first met. And look at us now.
Look at
us now. Look at how
I don't
far
like
we've
Corday's
gone.
hair.
He had a new album, I think, that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I like
somebody
this song.
that put an album out last week that was like, nobody's, The Weeknd put a new album out.
Rick Ross had a new album at the end of last year. Had no idea until a month ago, and I heard a song from it. I was like, I love this song.
Yeah.
What album is this from? My buddy was like, whatever.
It's also like you know why the Eagles were so popular, or like bands in the 70s?
Huh.
Because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, that was it.
You could either listen to a record album or go outside.
Yeah, go to a restaurant.
But there were only like 3 restaurants.
right.
Like restaurants. The fuck are you talking about?
Every city
there was like
had 3
Ground
restaurants.
Round.
Right.
Like fucking just
Sizzler.
goofy ass
Sizzler.
like nothing. IHOP. That
That's
was it. There were 3 TV channels. They only did
Mm-hmm.
they only did 3 hours of TV shows a night.
So would these bands be less popular if they had more competition?
You've never heard of them.
Right.
Video games. Like Dr. Dre released his new shit in Grand Theft Auto.
It's smart.
Yeah, it's very smart,
Very
and he's
smart.
got a plot, and it's a good
Is
good
he a
plot.
character on it as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's genius.
Jimmy Iovine's in it. There's a good plot where someone stole Dre's phone, and there's demos on it, and you got to get the phone back.
Great.
So you hear the demos in the scenes,
And they give you clues as to how
and
to
they
get to
give, yep, and you go
That's
and you
great.
get it's like, oh, this is how it should be, because I can't, like Travis Scott did a show in Fortnite. Like Billie Eilish does shows in Fortnite.
Wait, what, like they live stream it?
They animate them and they do the
their
show
shit, yeah.
live.
Holy fuck.
And it's like, yeah, that's about your only hope. Billie Eilish had an album out this year. Like all these people, it's to the point where it's like, I can't, it's too many things.
That scares me.
Sandler did a joke one time about, he's like, I'm so rich and like I can do anything. Like everyone in the world wants to meet me. I can buy anything I want, but I kind of feel like when you go to the Cheesecake Factory and there's too many things, you just go like, I'll just have the soup. Like that's how I feel musically, where I'm like, all right, I'll just listen to fucking Tribe Called Quest. Like
Well, that's what I do. I go back. You just go back to things that you already know you've liked before.
yeah,
You're
when
like,
when I had no options.
Yeah. And when the album came out, it was a huge deal. When I used to save money in college to buy CDs.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. I was like, oh, I cannot fucking wait to get that album.
Yeah. I'll just listen to Outkast. It's fine. It's fine. I can't. What do I do? No.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, do you have balls? I do. Ballsy helps keep my nuts clean. Look, I've had a beard for a long time, but I never thought about taking care of my ball hair, just my beard hair. But that's why you got to check out Ballsy. They make men's grooming products for all the man parts of groin area. It's no secret. Balls are prone to odor. They be stinking. And don't think for a second that Ballsy is just trimmers. They've got your sack covers, ball wash, sack spray, and much, much more. Get your balls as beautiful as your face. No bullshit ingredients. Ballsy is made from only the good stuff like essential oils, paint, no nonsense, no sulfates, parabens, synthetic dyes. They got that sack pack. When in doubt, go for it all. The sack pack is the ultimate trifecta of products specifically formulated to take care of your most prized possessions. Not sure where to start? Take the quiz. They'll get a customized system tailored to your personal sackuation. Huh? They're made in the US of A, too. Red, white, and blue, dude. Keep those balls American. 200,000 satisfied customers already with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You got to do it. So, keep that funk off your junk right now. Go to ballwash.com. Put in the promo code WhiskeyGinger20. You'll receive 20% off. That's 20% off when you go to ballwash.com. And do that promo code WhiskeyGinger20. Put in that promo code ballwash.com. Hey, as soon as I wake up, I'm on the go. HUEL, H-U-E-L, sent me this HUEL powder. It comes in the classic flavors like vanilla, chocolate, salted caramel, and much, much more. You mix it in with water in this free shaker they provide, and it's delicious. Honestly, so good. I've tried a million different versions of these kind of things, and it really does work. The level of protein in this is insane. It does last me for the most part of the day. And if you're on the go, like many of us are, all you have to do is put it in their pre-provided shaker, shake it up. It's delicious. Even more protein, less carbs, naturally gluten-free option. HUEL Black Edition. That's the ultimate human fuel. That's where the HUEL comes from, my friends. And the new hot and savory meals are fantastic. They got mac and cheese, what they sent to me. It's actually so good. Mexican chili and the green curry. So HUEL is proof that fast food can be good food. Okay? I love it, and you will too. And right now, you can get free shipping on your first order, plus a shaker. It's included, and a free t-shirt. Go to HUEL.com/whiskey. That's HUEL, HUEL.com/whiskey to get free shipping on your first order, plus a shaker and a t-shirt. HUEL.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Are you on anything new now? Are you on any music now that you're like hyped about? Just throw me a curveball,
The
baby.
Beatles, of course.
Did you watch the documentary like everybody did?
That surveillance footage of the Beatles? Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, was that
The ring video,
Yeah.
the ring cam video of the Beatles. Here's my take on the Beatles documentary.
They would be as famous no matter what the competition.
No,
Really?
there was nothing else to do,
Yeah,
buddy.
but that's the amount of hits they wrote was shocking.
Of course, but
It was, like,
you wouldn't have
shocking.
heard them. They couldn't have released that
They'd have
many.
been buried.
They had no competition. They were the only rock band. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they were the only one in their category. There are You know how much more popular video games are than movies?
Well,
Have you ever seen the stats? It's
no,
like,
I mean, everyone.
So I heard literally on the way over here on a podcast, Call of Duty every day grosses $5 million. Every single day. All year. And then when they release it,
And
it's
those
like
those
$1 billion,
16-year-olds that made
and
it.
then the next day it's $5. So Call of Duty grosses $1.5 billion a year.
Wow. And that can't even, that's got to be baseline. It's got to be more than
Yeah,
that.
that's
with all the
one.
other shit.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's Grand Theft Auto. It's like they may not. They don't need to release new ones. They just do little packages that they charge $15 for.
Wow.
It's like
Do you even play that shit?
I play Grand Theft Auto. I'll play video games between Thanksgiving and Christmas
Yeah.
when I can like justify it.
Otherwise, no.
Otherwise,
no
I'm
way.
like I can't fucking sit. Although I
should be
did
doing
sit
something.
and play the. I played the Grand Theft Auto. I played the new Dr. Dre one because
Because you're friends with Dr. Dre. You can say
no,
it.
I don't know. I met him. I don't know. No, because I just felt like I just finished the show. It's Christmas.
Yeah, why not?
You're
You're free.
Come on, let the kid have some fun, huh?
I don't ever play really anymore. I don't. I have nothing. I know people are like obsessed with it. I just can't get hooked on some. I'm already hooked on stuff. I don't need to be hooked on that. But Oculus, my buddy bought me an Oculus, and that's got some fun shit.
I do.
Oculus
I
is
have a
fun.
weird eye thing.
Oh,
Literally, I have a thing called divergent vision where, like, one of my eyes for my entire life, my left eye was just turned off.
What do you mean? Like you're blind in your left eye?
It just doesn't. My brain's like, no, we don't. You're blocked. You're muted. Right. So I don't. Anyhow, so I've spent the last 6 months through Oculus turning my left eye on.
You're like relearning how to see
Yes.
through Oculus.
So
Thank you,
basically,
Facebook.
but when Mark
Zuck. Thank you,
if you're
dog.
there.
Thank you, dog.
So basically, I'm turning. So I see double of you
All the time.
if I turn my left eye on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you're shutting your left eye off right now.
No, it's on right now.
It's on right now.
Yeah.
Okay, shut it off. Big difference. Wow, big difference. That one kind of looks up that way. How do you control it? How do you kind of?
Zuck controls it.
Oh, he does. Well, he does now.
Zuck, yeah. Now
Didn't that fuck you up
now
the
that I
first time you
signed
played
in.
Oculus and it says you have to consent to recording in order to communicate on
I
there?
got there's another.
It drove me
There's
fucking
another.
nuts.
HTC has their own VR, and it's not. It's
Oh.
not. You don't have. And I realized it after I bought Oculus.
Well, I'm deep. I've already got I'm already because my buddy, we were gonna play golf together on there. It was like a fun new golf game, and it says I've never signed in, and it was like, oh, you have to consent to being recorded in order to communicate with someone else. And I said, no, fuck that. I'm not getting recorded. And then he texted me. He's like, hey man, you can hear us. We can't hear you.
This is not even fun.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why can't?
Yeah.
He's like, no, you have to let them record. I was like, that is beyond.
Well, that's the funny
Scary.
thing where everyone's like, "Can you hear about this this metaverse that's coming?" It's like we're in it.
We live in it right now.
We're already in it.
Yeah,
They
you-
fucking Zoom and fucking
We're done. Yeah, you just zoomed in your car before this as a Zoom meeting.
Mhm.
What was that for? Something important?
Commercial
Commercial king, baby.
gang.
You can always put me in a commercial if you want.
Can I? You wouldn't. You would cost too much.
Depends on how fun it is. If it's something cool, I would do it. I don't give a
Alright.
shit. I did a Draftkings thing just for the Super Bowl. It was so fun. They were
Recently or last year?
like last Super Bowl, I'm sorry. And the guy was like, really cool dude, super nice. He's like, this will be really easy, man. It's you just talking shit, making a couple of jokes, and it'll only run in certain markets, and it's gone the day the Super Bowl is, or the moment the Super Bowl is done, doesn't exist. I was like, it's great. Like that was. I'll do
Oh
that.
yeah. That like they die.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
and then they were like, I was like, can it be renewed? And the guy was like, no, never. It's over. Because it was just deals done for that Super Bowl. In fact, that's where I really learned how much that money is that those gambling companies are making now. Of like the odds in this state are better than the odds in this state, and they change depending on the market. And you're like, man, they're robbing these motherfuckers. It's incredible. The
It's-
amount of money, not them. I'm saying, not DraftKings. I'm saying the amount of money that people are just throwing into these online betting things that I think probably don't know what they're doing is shocking.
Well, it's day trading. It's anything. I mean, dude.
Yeah, but people are more nervous
Now
about day
that you
trading.
know more athletes than you used to know,
Yeah,
would you ever bet on them?
never.
Ever.
In a million years, never, ever, ever.
Ever. They're way too human.
Yeah, they're too human. They're you. They're
Yeah.
you, but they're super you.
It's like betting on a guy you work with to be good at work that day. He might be
And he's
good at
pretty
work.
fucking good at work.
No, he's like, but he's sometimes he's not good. Like he's either great or it's like, or he's not great.
I like
It's
to diminish the some of the best athletes in the world down to the guy that works in a
that's
group.
what they are.
At some
To a
point,
guy
yeah.
you work with, it's just if you're an athlete, if you're a professional athlete, he's just some guy. I mean, hearing athletes talk about other athletes is the funniest shit in the world.
Well, they give you insight to how human they are.
Yeah. Yeah, like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, like...
You won't believe the shit this dude did.
Yeah.
And
I heard, like, I know shit about the NBA at this point that it's not even, like, gossipy. It's just fucking funny and human. Like, of course. Of course. That's just what I would never bet on these people.
No, but also, I think, the volatility of that now, because they're so, I think the mystery of athletes that's gone now, and famous people, like actors, and there's no mystery. So I think the fun kind of went away in that world. Like, you were betting on these, gods
Heroes,
of sports. Yes. And it was like they were so mysterious. And now you're like, Antonio Brown is hanging out with Kanye, Julia Fox at Craig.
Yeah, near the Improv.
Do you know I was there that night? You know how strange that is? I literally walked up, a family friend had a birthday, and we ate, and he was like, do you want to go get one drink at Craig's before we go home? And I said, yeah, I'll have one, but I do got to get home. I have to be up early. And they were wanting to go out. And there was no less than 30 paparazzi outside. And I was like, it's like a Tuesday. I was like, what the fuck is going on? We get in there.
It's almost like they get tipped off.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody they knew.
It's almost like someone told them where they were going to be. Anyhow.
Couldn't be Craig. Maybe Mark. His competition.
Or
maybe
it's the people in the picture.
No, but I was like 30 people. Who could be for 30 people? And literally as a joke, I was like, fucking Kanye or some bullshit. And then as we sit down, they're like, Kanye and Antonio Brown are in this. I was like, of course, absolutely, of course. Like, absolutely, that was who that would be for. And with a huge group of people. And immediately, I had one drink, and I was like, I want to get out of here. This is like, what a not fun work. I want to leave.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of stuff. I don't want to be a part of whatever is happening.
It's like when your family comes to see you at the Chicago theater.
February 5th.
It's so stressful.
It is stressful. It's more, that's the most, family is more stressful than anything because you're thinking about them.
It's like, or an audition, or like someone show from the whatever show was here.
Yeah, and you're like, really? Why are they here? That Seinfeld episode was great. The pilot.
Is that in the pilot?
No.
Or the pilot? It's called the pilot.
The actual a pilot that flies him comes to see him, and he stares at him. Like the flight attendant is like, the pilot's gonna come see you, and he's like, why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that? And he like sees, and he's like, there's like a spotlight on him, and he can't like take his eye off. He's like, oh my god, and he can't get it out of his fucking head. And I think he eats shit. I can't remember the episode, but the idea is so great because I'm not famous, but I've gotten off a plane when I've had a pilot be like, hey man, very funny. And in my mind, I thought about that episode of like, you'd think it'd be cool to be like, you guys staying in town? Come to a show. Come on to a show.
Where are you gonna be?
Where are you gonna be?
Flying out tonight?
Who came to your show that you felt, that you were kind of, just brag a little bit, be like, who came to my show?
Well, one night,
because I'm interested. It's New York.
One night, Rock and Scarlett Johansson.
What? Do they hang out?
No, Jost was there with Scarlett.
For some reason, I was like, they kick it? Are they
Jost
friends?
was with Scarlett, and then Rock came, and Todd Barry was there, comedian.
Love Todd Barry.
And so there was a picture of
Todd Barry, Chris Rock,
and I wrote Todd Barry came to the show. That was fun. Letterman and Colbert first night.
Huge.
Yeah.
Did Dave like it?
Yeah, he liked it way more than Colbert, I think.
Well, Colbert's still in it.
Yeah, Letterman was like,
Letterman's fucking.
Yeah, he's kind of like looking like, oh yeah, look, it's like he's a retired athlete who's like.
He's the guy that doesn't wear shoes on the golf course. He wears, he goes barefoot.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, come on, man.
Come on, man. These spikes don't do anything.
Stop lying to yourself, dude. What are you doing?
And Letterman said something very funny afterward. He goes, because it's like emotional, and he goes,
your stuff is emotional?
Yeah, can you believe
Neal.
it? He goes, I think you might be a little crazier than me.
Oh,
and
that's
I wanted
awesome.
to go, I'm not even in the fucking minor leagues of whatever you are.
I'm in farm, buddy. I'm in farm.
Yeah.
He to me was always, he was always a guy that I wish I was around in the game enough to have done stand up on his show. I was too young.
Well, did I ever tell you the thing that Jimmy Brogan? So you know how we all got like we do stand up now on a show, and we're like, it's not as good as Letterman.
Yeah.
And people did Letterman, and they go, it's not as good as the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Sure.
Jimmy Brogan told me that people would do Carson and be like, it's not Ed Sullivan.
Fuck off.
Swear to God.
That's insane.
No, I know. It's always like, and he did Ed Sullivan. You're like, it's not Duffy's Tavern or whatever fucking radio show was big.
It's not the Catskills, man.
Yeah.
It's not the Run. It's just not the same. Did you did you do late night spots? No. You've only done couch, right?
No, I did late night with Fallon stand up like 4 times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
wild.
then,
Never Conan.
no, I did Conan once.
You did?
Yeah.
Everyone does Conan once.
Yeah.
And then you either decide you're going to try to keep going back, or you go, I did Conan.
Yeah.
It's like I did it once, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go back, because I was like, I did it.
Yeah. It was just like, It just, when you feel like you're just part of it's one of those things where if you do a show and you're like, oh, I'm going to be like a member of the family of the show, then it's like a open door.
Yeah.
Whereas if it feels like they open and like, turn around. Yeah, you can come in. If it just feels like you have to fucking earn
Sit
it.
there.
Yeah, like,
Don't
all right,
touch.
we'll see. If we have time, like, if it feels like you're asking, then you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's totally
It just
true.
kind of feels like, I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
But they like, thanks, you did good.
No, it was good. Really good.
And then you're like, so and they're like, you can leave.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Get out.
Yeah,
Get
you
the
should-
fuck out.
We need this room for a shoot.
We're flipping this for something else. So wait, where are you going to film it? We didn't even get to it. Where are you going to film this?
Here
special?
somewhere.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah.
Why? Why not New York?
Cause
77 shows?
no, well, that's part of it, but
like you already
it's
did
more
it.
expensive, I think,
In New York, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
to shoot. Yeah.
How big? You want to do the same kind of size?
Yeah.
170.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I've asked people at Netflix, like, does it matter what venue you do it in? They're like, makes no difference. If you're like fluffy and you want to show like this is how popular I am, I'm doing Dodger Stadium.
But he doesn't even tape specials at big places like that,
Yeah,
does he?
he did
Oh, he
one in an
does?
arena. Yeah,
I've never seen.
or Kevin, or like Dave doesn't really do big venues that I can think of. Yeah. So I don't know. We're both laughing because like it's like, do we have to talk about Dave? I hadn't brought him, and then it's like, fuck. It's like I like.
You mentioned the
sucked in
show
tar.
about the date, the girl with the date, and we swiped it away as fast as we could.
Yeah, exactly.
We got rid of it
Yeah.
super fucking fast.
So I don't. Yeah, I'll probably do it. I'll do it here, and hopefully it'll be good, and I won't re-review.
You don't. Well, that'll be that you won't need to, because once you're at that point where you're taping the special, I feel like then you're done anyway. It's over.
Well, you want to be like, it wasn't, I think you want to be like on lists and shit, and you want to be reviewed. But it's also,
you do.
the last few Netflix specials have all landed with a thud.
What are you talking about?
The last few.
Yours or
no,
in general?
No, not mine.
Oh, I'm like, what are you
Mine's
saying?
a glorious triumph.
Well,
No, repeat after me.
okay.
The last few Netflix specials that have come out have fallen into that 40,000 songs a day thing where you're like,
Yeah, The Abyss.
wait, somebody, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it's just, it just falls away.
It's kind of strange to like make something great and have, depending on who's putting out whatever they're putting out, it's like you work hard, you put out something great, and you're like, how come that's not?
Well, I don't even know if they've been great. I didn't watch, you know what I mean?
I'm saying, I don't know,
yeah.
but I'm you put out all this work, and then you're like, it's on the thing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's not a type menu item, because we've got teenagers who are living in a house together and
Want to watch. And that's Hype House, and then Emily in Paris, and then
right. It's like you can't compete,
and then, well, by the way, you can't compete with the movies on there either.
but you definitely can't compete with reality shows on there. It's impossible. How could you ever beat them? That's what that's what I want to watch.
I don't want to watch Netflix reality shows for some reason.
I'll watch any of that stuff. I'll throw it on in the background.
How old are you?
38.
You'll get to an age where you just literally can't.
No, I don't watch it, but I put them on. It's a thing to have on to laugh at once in a while when I do catch it. I'll be on my computer.
You watched Hype House.
No.
What did you watch?
I use that as a reference.
Right, but what Netflix shows have you watched? Reality shows.
The love ones.
Love is Blind?
Yeah, that Love Is Blind, the one where they're in the costumes, right? That's what you're talking about. Isn't that right? No. That's Beasts of Love or Lovely Beast. What the fuck? Do you know what I'm talking about? They dress them up in costumes.
Yeah. That's like
Beast of Love or something like that.
Yeah. Love is Wild.
Yeah, whatever. I'll watch that shit. This is my point. I throw that bullshit on. I think it's funny to laugh at once in a while. I don't watch it. I just throw it on.
Right.
I'll click on it and be like, no. And fuck on my computer, be on my phone, walk in the kitchen, fuck off, come back. I haven't seen the hype thing yet, but I think the use fit for me is humming in the background. But I grew up with TV. My house has a TV in every fucking room, and they were always on.
And growing up.
Always. There was always some TV on some bullshit.
And was it, who was like, did your mom have one? There was
always,
just
my parents always had one in their bedroom. I had one in my room, a tiny little shitty tube TV. We had one in the living room. We had one in the basement. There was always a TV on. It was like rare.
And you could watch unlimited amounts?
Yeah, there was never there was never like, you can't.
I could watch an hour a day.
Yeah, see, I grew up with a lot of kids that had this, where they were like.
Or an hour of prime time a week.
What about candy? Same thing. Like my parents never restricted candy. We never liked candy that much. People would come over and lose it. They'd be like, dude, you have like a drawer filled with chocolate and shit? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like
Don't look right now. There's a drawer over there filled with chocolate.
If your mom knows.
I'm going to distract your mom.
That was it. It was kind of like
hit your
we
mom
had
over the head.
What did you do to my mom?
I thought, you want candy or not?
We never were restricted.
We couldn't. We had, when it was 10 kids in the family, you couldn't.
Well, that's just
candy
an
was
issue.
contraband.
Yeah.
And if you had candy, you would like surreptitiously like slide,
it would go up through your shirt.
Put your hand and get a little grab.
One bite, and put it down. Yeah. Otherwise, dude, you're getting worked.
It had to melt. You could not chew it.
Well, you had 10? You had 10?
Called too much attention.
I thought it was 8 for some reason.
10.
My mom's one at 10.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that idea is over with. Of trying to be
loving brood?
Fruitful. Yeah.
Fruitful.
How miserable for your mother to be pregnant for fucking 12 years or whatever it is.
She was 10 kids, 16 years.
Holy fuck.
It's wild.
Any miscarriages? Had to be.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think my grandmother had 2 or 3 out of and 10 kids in total. And
I'm number 10. You know how long she was in labor with me for? 40 minutes.
You seem like a really quick labor.
Boom.
Yeah. You didn't want to cause a fuss.
No, I don't look. Come on, I got bad circulation.
I gotta get out.
Come on.
I gotta get out. I'm excited to watch the special. I'm sorry I never got to see it. And I'm gonna see it when you do it live here in Los Angeles. But Daddy was working
front row.
I'll be wherever you want me to be.
This is the least. I will say this for this podcast. This room is it doesn't feel like we're doing anything.
A podcast yet?
Yeah, like it feels
brand new.
No. I'm saying in a good way.
Oh,
like how sometimes you'll think, oh, I'm on a podcast, be funny.
Yeah,
I haven't once thought that.
And you've been funny the whole time.
That's the miracle of my talent, really.
So the comfort,
ultimately,
can you credit me on the comfort of the room?
I can take care of it. Look, I don't need the pressure. I'm just in there naturally fun. You get some other guys in here.
You're right.
Some of these clowns.
Trust me, there are some other guys coming in here that need some work. Can you stick around and give notes? I would actually. This does have the new studio is a lot better. This feels much more homey. You went to the old studio. It was a little sketch.
I didn't. Same street, kind of.
4
different neighborhood,
miles
same
away.
street.
Yeah,
Chicago style.
Right, exactly.
Same street.
Same street.
You're like, is that Pulaski? There's different forms of Pulaski. Believe me.
That's exactly right. A different neighborhood, but it's also. I would work there at night sometimes, and it would get so sketch. I was like, it's so funny. Like, there is a liquor store.
Dudes in boots, just dudes.
Dudes with boot. One boot. Only one boot man hobbling through the road.
Yeah.
Now, there was always something going on. There's always some bullshit because it was near the. Anytime you're near a liquor store, bus stop, and the trifecta is a used car dealership, forget about it. Something's going down. It is.
Yeah.
It attracts this like. It's gotta have
liquor store. You really just need the liquor store.
Yeah, but the liquor store can't. I have a neighborhood liquor store by my house. It's low.
What
key.
time do they close?
Midnight, maybe. Oh, you're talking about the early liquor store. Yeah, the 9
I'm talking
p.m.
about like a wine shop is what
Vendome. Yeah, Vendome.
Yeah, like
the fancy
9 o'clock,
ones.
It's like not. You're lucky to have a wine shop.
Right. It does.
Property value goes up.
after 10:30, you're attracting what you don't want to attract.
Yes.
Which is crazy because those people that are going to cause a scene, they've been drinking all day.
Yeah.
So why they turn it on past 10:30? It's like the werewolf thing. It's like they just come. It happens. The moon energizes the chaos.
It's cumulative. They're just drunker
It's just built up.
at 10:30. I mean, I have a theory about men. You know how women would go to sleep at like 6:45 if they could?
Yeah, if we didn't keep them up, they'd be in bed right now.
Because there's danger in darkness.
Anytime you're in the dark, there's a threat.
Guys are staying awake in case some pussy shows up. Just some loose pussy. Right? We're just like, guys are up.
That's why guys stay out at bars till 3 in the morning. Yeah.
It's never women.
No.
It's a fucking hammered woman.
Yeah.
Who's got the spirit of a guy. She's drunk so much. But women would go to sleep like, okay, 6:45. Like on vacation, women are going to sleep. Let's go to the restaurant now. It's fucking 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys are really looking for girls that are like guys.
Yeah.
This is guys.
Just 10:30. But
a
women
hang.
just like there's no incentive for a woman to stay awake because they know if they're going to have sex or not. Whereas we're like, anything can happen.
You never know.
We're waiting on the call. We got to stay. We got to work the phone.
I gotta work.
We got to work the phones. We're working the phones till 12:30.
That's true.
And then we're so hyped.
Yeah,
then we got to masturbate, and then we got to.
You're standing up till 2 because you're online doing
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
When you got to pick your.
What time are you in bed at night now?
I'm like I'm like 1:30. I'm trying to move it up.
1:30?
Trying to move it up. Like bed? In bed? I'm in bed all day. But I'm saying like I probably go upstairs at 10.
Wow.
How about you?
Nights of shows, midnight. Nights of shows, midnight. No shows, 10.
Yeah.
9:30.
I mean when
but at this point I'm hanging on the computer.
Yeah.
Fucking off.
Yeah. I'm not sleeping.
I wish.
I ain't no bitch. I'm up there.
Only
I ain't
bitches be
sleeping. Yeah, I'm
sleeping.
fucking sleeping.
I wish I could
Fuck, I look like.
turn the engine off.
Don't answer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they will.
This is the worst part is the ankle. The paleness
skin?
of the ankle. Like you're gonna have to adjust the camera.
It's interesting because I am pale, but I do have that orange hue.
Yeah, you have an orange.
Well, you're
you have-
yellow. You're
you have
yellow.
an orange droplet.
We say
yeah.
yellow. Yeah, you're yellow.
Barely. Mine's just white on white. I'm
Yeah, but
Virgil
you'll never get
Abloh.
skin cancer. It's great. You spend 0 time in the sun.
Oh
You're not a sun guy.
no.
You're not a beach guy. You live on the west side, but you're not a beach guy.
Yeah,
How often are you going to the beach?
I went on vacation to the beach.
But you wore a fucking big hat.
Sure did.
I know you.
Look for it on Instagram. In fact, I bought 3 new ones. When you want to see them?
Where was the beach?
I'm doing a commercial that involves a beach, so I had to scout the beach. I literally had to go
Scout a beach.
scout a beach.
Tell me where the beach is.
Puerto Rico.
You had to fly to Puerto Rico to scout to come back to go back.
Yeah,
to
and
go
now I
shoot.
have to go back and shoot the beach in Puerto Rico. But it's not even Puerto Rico. It's an island off Puerto Rico called Vieques.
I don't know.
It's literally the nicest fucking place. Nicest beaches. In one of the beaches, I was like, this is the nicest place I've ever been in the world.
How, do you have to you fly into Puerto Rico and then take a boat out there?
You take like a Cape Air. You fly to Puerto Rico, and then there's like a shitty like,
plane.
I'm gonna die plane.
Yeah. See, I hate shitty. I'm gonna die planes. I'd
Yeah.
rather take a boat. How long is the I'm gonna shitty die plane?
25.
Ah, dude, take the boat.
Yeah.
Got to be a boat. I'm taking a boat. I'll take a 45-minute boat any day of the week.
Hold on, let me show you some of my new hats. You're gonna get a big kick.
You know
out of
me
this.
and hats. I love
You know
new
I
hats.
love hats.
Big hat guy.
So right there, I'll send these to you so you can put them up on the screen.
Huge, babe.
That's a white. That's pale. That's nice.
That's real pale.
This is like somebody said Rick James. I think I have to wear that legally.
You gotta. Yeah.
By the way, they're like $15 each, so it's nothing.
That is the most hat you could buy.
Yeah,
That's-
this
that
is huge hat, and so look for them behind the paywall. We'll show these photos. There was at one of these beaches.
I want to see one photo of this beach.
I'm going to show you. Would you want to see me in a swing?
Yeah. You think this is the nicest beach you visited in your lifetime? Wow. I mean, that's stunning. We'll put the video up here so you guys can see it. But oh my God, that is a commercial. It looks like a fucking commercial.
Yeah.
Is this a Capital One thing? You going back? You dipping back in that
Chase, go fuck yourself.
well? Sorry, I forgot which one it is.
And
It's
I'm gonna do.
Is it a no hassle card?
I'm gonna do another round of Chase.
You should, as you should. Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah, like where I'm like, okay, this I feel.
But let me be honest,
crazy.
it does look like Hawaii. I feel like you can get that in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
who
not.
picked Puerto Rico?
They just say you were shooting in Puerto Rico.
They say, Neal, we shoot in Puerto Rico, and you go,
Yeah, and I
okay.
go, all right, I guess. I
But
gotta
somebody has a reason for Puerto Rico. I always think about
Uh,
that. What executive has a reason for Puerto Rico?
go. I don't know how they pick Puerto Rico.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
You don't know how they pick. See, I would love to know that. I would love to know why people pick
They were
something.
like, we have an account with. I don't know. They just said
The
like we
resort
have to
that you're at?
something.
Yeah, there's got to be a thing.
Um,
There's no way out of this cleanly. There's got to be there's a reason for all that stuff, which I'm always interested in. Like, which executive gets to say why they go to this place?
it's who can say for sure.
They can. Well, you'll know someday. You'll be up there. You'll be up there. You'll be a big top executive for Chase.
I hope that's true.
Can you imagine if they offered you a gig? Like, listen, we love you so much.
I wouldn't. Why would I do that?
Why not?
Time.
Yeah, but they'll be like, you just quit comedy.
Even the Zoom. Even that Zoom.
Zoom was
hard.
exhausting. Yeah, I feel.
You do like enough of these Zooms. You're like, I'm losing my fucking mind.
I did a Zoom while I was in the hotel last weekend, and and you're trying to be cordial and have fun, but there's 9 people on it, and you're like, I don't know. It's tough.
I think it's easy for us because we're comics, so we can do crowd work.
Yeah, it's just exhausting though. That I'm
But
like,
it is like there's some. That's the metaverse part that they need to work on. Is that makes you not feel sick to your stomach a little bit to be in these like suspended
reality. Yeah,
reality thing
where
of
it's
like,
just a bust of everybody.
Yeah, like hey, my turn.
Would you do an Oculus meeting? Would you take a meeting in VR?
I take a meeting. Yeah.
I think that sounds fun though.
I know, but what do you do? I mean, I guess it's like what the point of the fun part about meetings is like, I guess you can't. Well, you can mute the. I had a thing happen that could have been a disaster. By the way, I had a Zoom earlier. I was like 3. It was a Eastern time, Western time problem.
Yeah,
they said 2 p.m. Eastern. I get on 11 a.m. Pacific. I thought I'd not turn the camera on. I'm in the bathroom. I think I was naked. Yeah. I was in my underwear. So like Amber Ruffin was on the Amber Ruffin like, hey, I just saw your chest. So
any compliments for the chest? Kid's got a nice chest.
No, haven't heard from her. she goes to me.
Ghosted you?
Yeah.
I just on the Zoom. My camera was off, and they were like, "Why is your camera off?" I was like, "I'm in the bathroom. I just got to my hotel. I literally landed in wherever I was." Atlanta, and I was like,
I don't think you can say why is your camera off.
Yeah, they were like, why is your camera off? I was like, Mike, I'm in my hotel. I just got in, and they were all joking around. And Eric Andre was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in the bathroom.
Dick.
He's like, show me.
He just showed his dick. Yeah.
He's like, show me. So I'm on the toilet. So I gave him one of these things, and then everyone was like, oh. I was like, well,
guys, you
want it.
This is what. I didn't want to do this.
I said
you.
no. I didn't want to do it. You made me do it.
What's your life about right now, buddy?
We're putting together, me and Eric Andre are working on this Hulu show that we are doing with them, I think. I hope. I mean, who knows? I have no idea. It's one of those things where you're like, everyone's excited, but then there's a piece of you
Which
that
almost
like,
never happens to you, but everyone's excited about everything.
You're like, is everybody excited about this? I wish they were like, we're kind of into it. I'd be like, ooh, that's hot.
You have to do it at Hulu?
We are already doing with them. That's
Got
already, yeah, we did a thing with them. But so I just, I just feel like I want them to be a little bit more, I don't know, like bullies or mean about it, because I think they're giving me a lot of hope. Whenever they give you too much hope, I'm like, uh-oh.
This seems bad.
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
As a comic, you're like, no, be tougher. I want this to be a little harder or push back a little bit more. So I think that's the only way I get kind of my best creative stuff. And when someone's like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm like, okay, I have to fucking prove to you that you like it.
Is it written?
No, I mean, we have an outline, but we don't have a show yet. So that's
How about your personal life?
Oof. All right, Neal, thanks for being here. No, it's good.
Great, I'm great. This is all I needed. That's how I wanted to get off.
Things are good. I'm okay. I think touring has kind of taken it out of me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I've got
Oh, that's why you brought up the Vegas thing.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm just exhausted. It's just hard. I've never done theaters, so this is a new thing for me to learn, to like fly in, do a show or 2 shows, then go to the next city the next morning and do those 2, and then get out. It's that, 6 in one, half dozen the other, where you're like, do I miss doing just the clubs and sitting in one city?
Yeah.
Or do I love this different
Well, you don't
vibe?
have to. Well, you do when you're doing a Friday and a Saturday, but
I've peppered in a few clubs. I've done like 2 on this run, but it's just hard. I think I'm just getting tired of this chunk. So I'm like, I need to get rid of this soon so I can just grow again on a new hour or whatever.
yeah.
I'm literally at that point where I'm like,
People said they saw you like this week, and you did great.
it's been good. When you get I'm getting a little bored of the material
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh, I don't even like that joke, and they like it. But I'm trying
I
to
base
get
it on the response usually, because I'll get like, I'm so sick of doing that joke, and then you do it and it crushes, and you're like,
well,
the kid's good.
the
That
kid's good.
kid's got a good. I was like, I'm not going to deprive the joke
because you're.
because I'm like over. It's like that fucking joke's good. Like, why wouldn't
know.
I do it?
That's what I keep staying in that positive mindset. But I think comments don't talk about that. People don't know, like, touring and running the show a lot, it gets exhausting. So some nights you're like, fuck all this shit. I don't even want to do it. It's just it's laborious. I mean, you're still in the honeymoon phase with your show.
I mean, but some of the material I've been doing for years.
Yeah, but I mean, the show as a whole is
Oh,
still,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
new. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that kind of still feels like you're,
Well, I mean, again,
you're in like
say this.
you're in the second year of a great TV show. Basically.
Anyone can do that, by the way.
Yeah,
You can take your material and make it into something like,
the thing.
you can make it, doesn't have to be like theatrical, but you can just make the setups longer.
Just bleed it out a little.
Yeah,
bit.
just make the setups longer. And that way, it feels like a different thing. You're so desperate to get to the joke that you'd once turned on. You're like, oh, thank God you're
I do
here.
that often where when you're sick of the joke, you're like, I need to just speed through the details that I used to think were funny that do get a laugh that I don't feel like telling anymore. You just like start to chunk away little pieces that you're like, they don't need to laugh at that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
not that big of a
fine.
deal."
Well, you would have left here. It's fine. Are you gratified to do theaters? Are you excited about that?
It's cool. It's amazing. It's wild because sometimes they're so big and they're hard to sell that many tickets. Like when it's an 1,800 seater, you're like, there's a lot of fucking seats in one city.
If you're in a city that you have no relationship with.
I've never been. And also I'm new to it. So it's like.
Do you ever want to say to people like, how do you know me?
Yeah. Well, I think the majority of now is like podcast world, a little bit of Dave, kind of, but it's mostly stays in this world.
Yeah.
But Dave does have some weight to it, I guess, a little bit. But TV, I was just talking about this. It was like TV. So I don't think people really know TV anymore. They've breezed through it. They watch it. They like it.
I hear
gone.
people, they'll put it on and do other stuff.
They'll do it most of the time. Yeah.
They'll go in the other room. They'll
go in the kitchen.
Computer, phone.
Yeah. So no, but for real, narrative television, like written scripted television, I think even still people are like not really paying attention anymore.
I was never that into it. So
yeah, but you're inside of it, so it's too hard for you.
Right, but it's not my like favorite type of food. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, but
like
you'll eat
narrative. Yeah, like narrative. I like sketch comedy, late night, and documentaries.
Same. But I really used to love watching series. I'm rewatching Sopranos from the beginning now.
Yeah.
I'm on season
They never made a bad
2.
one.
They
literally, the ones that like season 5 when he's in the coma or something, season 4, season 5, and everybody was grousing.
He gets
and
into a
belly
coma.
aching.
Imagine, I forget.
Yeah. What? He's in the mob. And people were like, I'm like, nope. I love every episode.
It's
I
so
love
good.
I love every scene of every episode.
This is the first time I've ever rewatched a series, and it was on because I was traveling so much. So I download all that stuff on my iPad, and I was like, am I gonna like this again? Because it's so outdated. I mean, dude, the iMovie swipe-aways are hilarious. Sometimes the pixelated camera fade out or like the super long holds. It just was a different time of film editing or TV editing. But it's like endearing because I remember how it felt when I watched it the first time.
Yep.
Were
you an adult when it came out?
I mean,
You were 19.
First airing was what?
99. 99 it started.
Wait, what? Oh yeah. 99. Yeah. I was how old in 2000? 17, 18? Yeah. Yeah, so that was right there. I mean, it was like still, but I still felt like it was I didn't really get into it until my 20s. I think I was behind anyway on it. Like I didn't watch it when it first came out, literally. Like I watched it in the after.
Yeah.
Same thing with all that stuff. But I think I think that idea of watching a series is gone anyway, so whatever, just throw it
The
up
funny
and
thing
put
is,
it out.
I don't know what should replace it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's almost like the apps are, it's like I like Instagram because I like all the shit that's on it.
Would you watch a TV show on Instagram?
No. I mean, I don't know.
See, I've scrolled past like a reel, and then they give you like a minute of it, and I'll click and watch it. It could be another like 7-8 minutes. I'd watch. I'd just sit.
It depends on what it is. Like if it's something worth watching. If it's like, yeah, I want to watch somebody's speech, or I want to watch somebody's like stand up spot, or if it's worth watching, but I don't know. But it feels more like, is that where the future is? I mean, somebody said like people act like it's like they don't have time to talk to their friends, but they have time to listen to two strangers talk for 2 hours.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, guys.
I mean, by the way, guys, you do know us. We're not strangers.
We are to you. We are your best friends. You are our best friends. As I look right down the barrel and right into your eyeballs.
I'm looking. I'm bad. I have divergent vision. So
His eyes looking at me. I love you, Neal. I thank you for coming. We end the show the same way.
I want good things for you.
Ditto.
And I hope that you get them, and I hope that you like them.
That's very nice. That's very sweet.
Liking them's the main.
I was just gonna say
my biggest worry.
I hope I like them.
That's my worry.
Okay, so for you, I hope you. I hope the taping is even more satisfying than any live show that you did.
Great.
And I hope the response is what you need. Okay?
Yes. I'm in some other shit right now, though. I don't even know what I need.
Well?
I'm just like floating where I'm like, ah.
But that's good. Isn't that okay?
Yeah. It's like getting, I was saying, I had a thought. It's nice to be friends with someone when they've gotten their ambition out of their system.
Yeah.
Like I've been talking to somebody who's like so accomplished, and it's kind of just like almost normal.
Yeah, because they've already done it.
Because it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Are you there?
No, it's not even a matter of because I've done it all. It's just a matter of like, I'm not as desperate as I was for it.
Oh yeah, I don't think it was desperate. I think it's not. You're not as well, it's not desperate. It's just you're not
defined by it.
Yeah, it's not everything.
Yeah,
it's just some things.
But there's nothing to replace it. It's like in my family, I don't have a family. Everybody knows that. Like nothing's replaced it. So now I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play Grand Theft Auto. I'm gonna do this Dre mission.
But doesn't that sound great?
And then yeah, it is. But it's a weird. People don't. It's a kind of a nowhere.
But what about if you what about love? You think if you
I'm
find
open
love,
to it.
I think that would be maybe part of the connective tissue of closing the loop.
Yeah.
Like you
just focus on her.
Or it.
Yeah, but how can you focus on it?
No, because it's shaped. It obviously.
No, not what do you. But what is it minute to minute? What is it? What's
exhausting?
A waste of time. A hollow waste of time.
Of time.
Ultimately, a hollow, disappointing, soul-gutting waste of time.
So get loved.
No, I love, but I'm saying like I'm more like I don't even know what am I gonna do when this comes out? I don't know.
Yeah, but what a nice place to be.
It's like, and then what? It's once you start, because I guess you have more and then what's that you'll like.
I love and then what? Because then I'm like, oh, and then what? Then yeah, that's great. Then I hope.
I've never seen you satisfied by anything though.
Never, I'm not. Why would I be? That's nuts. I think that when I start getting satisfied by whatever I make or whatever I do, then I'm scared that it's over soon.
Right, but that's where I am.
Well, I'm scared. I'm scared.
You love it for me, but it terrifies you.
It terrifies me, but I think it's because maybe it's what you need, and you're kind of manifesting it, where you kind of need it to just become, you know. Maybe it's a sign that you're going to move to something else and start to do other things.
Executive at Chase.
If you could only. Do you know anybody over there?
Kevin Hart.
Imagine he runs Chase.
It's one of the things he does.
One of the many things. And Kevin, we really love you, and we know you listen to every show, so thank you so much, Kevin, for listening.
He's huge.
Big podcast guy.
He is so passionate about you and your work.
He actually does like me.
Kevin's a fucking great guy.
No, he is awesome. He's you seen him do stand-up comedy?
Not recently. Recently?
Yeah, I saw him when we were down. We were accidentally in
Yeah, where were
Philly
you guys?
together.
Oh,
I was
right.
in Philly. He was shooting a movie, no, he was doing promo for the Netflix movie he did.
Right.
And he was across the street. He was like popping into Helium, and I was like, "I come by." He's like, "Yeah, come by." And he did a spot at midnight.
Great.
It was really fun. I've
He's
seen
a
him do
fun
sets in town,
motherfucker.
but it's so much better to see your people you know out of town.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
way better. You're like,
Yeah,
oh God,
because
this
you
is
see it work on people.
yeah, and you're seeing them doing it. Here, half the time you're like, doing it a little bit. Yeah.
Kevin's very funny.
Beyond. All right, end the show the same way.
He had to one up.
Look in
and
the
it's
camera.
beyond.
Look in the camera. Look in the camera. One word or one phrase to end the episode. Make it count. Make it important.
Satisfaction.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.